And we are live, people. Good evening. It is Brian, the UK Bitcoin Master, signing in on Monday, the 11th of January, 2021. As always, people, strong Bitcoin hand. You know that's the name of the game on this channel. And by heck, if you look at the charts, some of you weak hands probably need to grow a strong hand. I'm sure many of you are in the chat are strong handers like I am. But you know what? Hey, listen, there's a lot of weak handers out there that we need to help build their strong Bitcoin hand. It has just gone 6 p.m. London time. Quick look at the chat. I can see Badge is in the house. Welcome, Badge. Rocky Palumbo. We've got JC Borta, Phil Volman. We've got my lovely daughter, Buffy W. Proud Zionist Jew. Adam Mstr is with us. Who else have we got? Matthew Underhill is in the house. Great to have you with us. Zaza's in. Lizelle, who else have we got? Me, that's me. Titan Boss was in earlier. Whether you're back with us, I'm not quite sure. But basically, great to have you all with us. Phil Volman, I think I gave you a shout out. Terrific to have you all with us, people. As always, please like this video, share it, subscribe, bash the bell button, do all the normal stuff. Look, if you're not aware of it, I've been posting for several months on Parler. Free speech, alternative to Twitter, and Parler's down. They have taken Parler down. They don't want free speech. The Googles and the Apples of the world, the Amazons of the world, they want to control everything. So Parler's down right now. I'm hopeful that it will come back up when the CEO says he'll work on a platform to bring it back up. But for now, we don't have Parler. You know, they're just doing everything they can to control the narratives to the world, which is just... yeah, so frustrating. But you know what? We're tiny cogs in a massive engine. So, hey, it is what it is. Rocky Palumbo, I think I've said hi to you. Great to have you in the house. Apologies for those of you that typed in UK Bitcoin Master on the last show. I'm trying to move things around to get a better experience for me viewing it with everything that I've going on. I've now, to the right of my camera that you can't see, I've got my iPhone propped up. So hopefully anybody types UK Bitcoin Master this time, when it lights up orange, I will see it and I'll see what you have to say and shout it out. Orion Nebula, welcome to the show. Great to have you with us. Pound the like button, build your strong Bitcoin hand, buy your Bitcoin, get it off an exchange onto a Trezor, and then be patient, people. And I'm going to talk about being patient in a minute. You should have read the disclaimer below. It's gone. Check out my websites, ukbitcoinmaster.com and bitcoininterviews.com. That's where you'll find all of my material, and ukbitcoinmaster.com is where all the videos are housed, and the Bitcoin interviews, as it says, is where you'll find all my interviews today. And then finally, for those that want to drop a tip, a lightning tip, in the show notes right now, there's a link you can click on if you want to make a donation. But again, I've said it before and I'll say it again, you don't need to make any donations. I do this just to get the word out there and spread the Bitcoin word. But there are people that want to, give back, because of us content creators do our best to spread the word. So those that want to make a donation, there's a Bitcoin address down there. You're mad if you donate any of your Bitcoin. And there's a Lightning address as well. Gary O'Connell's just joined us. Welcome, Gary. Great to have you in the house, as always. So let's just get rid of that. So let's quickly go over and have a look at what's going on in the Bitcoin world. And for those of you that are weak hands, if you look at a daily chart, you'll be going, oh my Lord, what's going on? The whole thing's crashing. I need to sell and get out of this thing. Well, if that's what you're doing, you're absolutely nuts, because when you look at the daily charts, this looks monstrous. When you look at the weekly chart, it is down on the week before. So, overall, when you go back to March of 2020, look how high we are. I saw a tweet just before the show that said something like, we are crashing to 10x the price of Bitcoin back last March. In other words, listen, it's a bump in the road. We keep hearing this, but more and more, it is a bump in the road, people. Paul Rouleau, great to have you in the house. As always, Paul, welcome back to the show. If we zoom out to the weekly chart, however, look, let's go and look right back to 2011 to when this started. And you can see in 2014, Bitcoin was, say, $1,000, and now that's a bump in the road. And what you're looking at on the weekly candles, if you look to the right here, if you're new to all of this, everything's good, people. On the weekly chart, yeah, we have not got a monthly chart. We haven't got a growth like we had the month before, but you can't have it all your own way all of the time. We got to have some corrections. So this is quite normal. Bitcoin is continuing on its journey. And I'm here to tell you, people, build that strong hand and don't let corrections like this freak you out. Just get in and buy the dip, as I did earlier today. When this goes down, I'm watching those candles and I'm in and I'm buying that dip. And you should be too. And the weak hands will see the candles and go, I need to get out of this thing. The strong hands buy the dip. So let's get over and see what's going on in the news. Okay, UK here. Bitcoin investors getting banned from HSBC and other UK banks. So, there's an old phrase or a quote that's been going around for donkey's years, and I've used it. And it talks about first they laugh at you, then they ignore you, then they fight you, and then you win. That was from Gandhi. Okay? So where are we at? First they laughed at me. Then people have just ignored me. Now the institutions want to fight us. Let them fight us, because ultimately, people, we're going to win. That's all you need to be aware of. Zoom out. Don't look at day to day. Look at the next year, the next 5 years, the next 10 years. Hey, 20 years if you've got a couple of decades on me. That's what's really important. Zaza, tell John from Malibu is in the house. John, welcome to the show. John from Malibu. Yeah. Sunning yourself, no doubt, and drinking a few. It's okay, John. It's great to have you in the house. And John, hopefully we'll get to see you and chat with you on Saturday on our private 21 Million Club meetup, which is coming up. You people, check your emails. Get back to me. Let me know if you're going to be on. Anything you want to talk about on the show, that's coming up on Saturday evening, 8 p.m. London time. Work out what that is for you. So what is this saying? If I scroll down, a report by the Sunday Times confirms that some banking institutions in the UK have decided to apply new restrictive measures for users of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. According to the report, British investors will face problems when dealing with British banks. HSBC and other unspecified banks will no longer accept transfers from Bitcoin exchange platforms. The bank will also not allow Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any other cryptocurrency related deposit from a crypto wallet into their bank accounts. In addition, the above investors will not be able to use their debit cards to purchase cryptocurrencies. Okay, I bought the dip today. Okay, so I transferred some money from my bank to the exchange I use, and I bought Bitcoin, and I had no problems. What do? I don't move that Bitcoin back to my bank. I move that Bitcoin to my Trezor. If I need to in the future, and the banks won't take me converting that back into fiat, it is dead easy. I will pay the card fees. I have 2 debit cards, €1, 1 Great British Pound on another site called CryptoPay. I will simply move it to the wallet on CryptoPay and then I can spend it on those cards. People, why have I explained that? There is a way round everything and you don't want to be freaking out about stuff like this. All I'm pointing it out for is we are at that stage where they will fight us. And they think they're doing the industry good or Bitcoin good by doing this. Ultimately, all they're doing is slowing down the overall adoption of something that's totally going to change the world. So you need to be in the in crowd, learn this stuff, and don't let any of it freak you out. It's not to be freaked out, because we are the early adopters involved in Bitcoin. Don't forget, people, if you want my attention, type in UK Bitcoin Master. I am watching my phone just to the right of my camera now, because I missed so many last week, so slap me on the wrist, I apologize. But if you were in my studio here, you'd understand exactly why. Okay, Elon Musk jokes he is never turning down getting paid in Bitcoin again. Whether that's a joke, whether it's not a joke, it is out there in the public domain, and that will make huge investors think. That will make huge investors look into what the hell this is that Elon Musk is saying he will not decline anymore. Jason Chu, welcome to the show. Found you on Spotify. Hey, listen, superb. That is my podcast. I don't even understand all this stuff, but it goes out on Anchor. It's on Spotify. I think it's on Apple Podcasts. But Jason, great that you found us. Pound that like button. Follow this channel. We've got some great Bitcoiners that regularly post in the chat. So it's great to have you on board, Jason. One thing I will do, because there are noobs joining, is this. If you are following this channel on YouTube, YouTube just wants to screw with us right now. And so many Bitcoiners channels have been taken down. Bitcoin Mstr, proud Zionist Jew, he's in the house with his backup channel, has had his taken down. He's just got it back today. I've had mine taken down. So I encourage you all, if you're new, go and follow me on UK Bitcoiner right now. And if this one gets taken down, I will instantly go over there and start live streaming again. You will not be bombarded with anything, no notifications, because it is dormant. But it is there, ready and waiting, if YouTube want to mess around with my channel again, as they've done already. So Elon Musk is talking positive about Bitcoin, even if it is tongue-in-cheek, responding to author Ben Mezrich's comment that he is never going to turn down getting paid in Bitcoin again. Musk said, "Me neither." Just those two words could be so profound for Bitcoin when his followers look at that and go, why is Elon Musk saying he's not going to miss out on being paid in Bitcoin? So just two words that could be so profound. Mezrich is the author of the Bitcoin memed book, Accidental Billionaires, which tells the story of the Winklevoss twins to their rise to billionaire status via cryptocurrency. People, I've just gone through that book, Bitcoin Billionaires, over the last 4 or 5 days on Amazon's Audible, and I'm telling you, it is so worth a read or a listen, just so you get a wider perspective of where Charlie Shrem was involved in Bitcoin. You know, the people like Eric Voorhees were mentioned. Roger Ver was mentioned on there. Barry Silbert. And, you know, I know these names from Twitter and other channels mentioning them, but now I know where they fitted into the scheme of Bitcoin starting to grow mass adoption since back in 2013. So if you're like me, I'm telling you, it is a fantastic listen because it's like a book unfolding, and I got so much from it. And whether I'm going to get some boos or hisses in the chat or whatever, I do respect the twins for what they've done for Bitcoin. So I encourage you to go to Audible on Amazon, get a free 30-day trial and listen to that. It was superb in my opinion. So there we go. Elon Musk is out there talking positively about Bitcoin. I love this one. Parabolic Bitcoin market cap sees BTC briefly top Facebook's valuation. I can tell you, this is coming. Yeah, we've dipped down under that again. But there's going to come a time, in my opinion, not too far in the future, where we will surpass Facebook's market cap and stay there and dwarf them. It is coming, people. A fantastic run of form from Bitcoin has resulted in a new all-time high market cap of over 760 billion. Gemini Exchange co-founder Cameron Winklevoss pointed out that this now puts Bitcoin above Facebook in terms of valuation. Now, that's obviously made their day because of the debacle that was Mark Zuckerberg versus the Winklevi twins when Facebook was founded. If you don't know that story, then do listen to the Bitcoin Millionaires and do watch the movie, The Social Network. It's all about that. And this is all helping me to learn more and more about Bitcoin's evolution, where it came from, where it's going, who the players are and were. And I encourage you all to do the same. It's just the most exciting rabbit hole you'll ever get yourself down into. It really is. Morgan Stanley increases its stake in BTC hodler Microstrategy. There we are. Morgan Stanley increases its stake in Microstrategy. These are seriously bullish. I don't care what's going on with the Bitcoin price. When you understand Bitcoin over the 210,000 block or 4-year theory ballpark, okay, you understand that it has highs, pumps, lows. It has bear markets, side markets. And you cannot have an asset that just goes up and up and up and up. It must correct. Would I rather have 10 or 20% corrections every few weeks and then it goes off on its merry way upwards again? Or would I rather have it go up, 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 and then an 80% crash and everyone freaks out? I don't mind these corrections at all. It helps me to DCA or dollar cost average whilst Bitcoin is on sale, people. So, banking giant Morgan Stanley has jumped on the Bitcoin bandwagon via MicroStrategy Inc. by increasing its stake in the company to more than 10% late in 2020. According to a filing with the US SEC or Securities and Exchange Commission on Friday, the investment management arm of the bank held 792,000 shares of MicroStrategy by the end of December. Back in Q3 2020, they owned 142,000. Now, they've only got shares in MicroStrategy, but MicroStrategy is the big Bitcoin entity right now in terms of what they bought. Their CEO out there, Michael Saylor, banging the Bitcoin drum constantly on Twitter daily, getting on big shows and talking positively about Bitcoin. Incredible. Stops me sleeping at night. Really does. Bitcoin scaling comes to CoinCorner as exchange launches Lightning Network support. On last Thursday's show, I showed a graph at the front. If you haven't seen it, go back and watch my show from Thursday. Jason and the noobs in the house. Dan, welcome. Good to have you with us. Go back and watch Thursday's show where I talk about how we need to be talking to people about buying 10,000 sat blocks instead of Bitcoin, because a 40 grand Bitcoin is going to freak a noob out unless they're pretty wealthy. Okay, and so what we're talking of is going forward, and this is where you need vision. Going forward, we will not be talking in Bitcoin anymore. We will be talking on second level solutions, third level solutions or layer solutions, and the Lightning Network enables super lightning fast transactions off the main chain for pennies, fractions of pennies, etc., etc. So Lightning is coming, and again, it's galloping towards us really big. And now we've got this CoinCorner, again, here in the UK, has become the largest major trading platform to support the Lightning Network. Traders can now use Lightning via CoinCorner's website with a mobile implementation in the works. So yet again, seriously bullish for the Bitcoin space. Dan, what did Dan say? And all, good evening, UK Bitcoin Master, and all hope you bought that dip. Yeah, Dan, I did buy that dip. I've just been plugging people. Buy the dip. PK, great to have you in the house. Don't forget to pound the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. And then don't forget to hit the bell button next to it and click all, and you will get a notification when I go live every Monday and every Thursday at 6 p.m. London time. Don't miss it if you want bullish Bitcoin conversation, people, because that's all you will get on this show. Okay, quick shout out to Dan at justlearnbitcoin.com. Bitcoin to the Moon down in Australia is a great supporter, as am I. Justlearnbitcoin.com sponsor my show. Everything over there, they've got great bracelets, they've got fantastic merch, they've got consulting packages, everything you could want to know or learn about Bitcoin. It is worth checking them out. Quick shout to Dan, Matt Underhill, who's in the chat with us, shilling his book because I've read it and it is a great book for beginners. Well worth checking that one out on Amazon, people. A really good book for beginners. Okay, so back to the show, on to some tweets I came across. Firstly, this one. Now, I want you to think about this if you are putting all your energies into looking at the red candles and freaking out. $1 invested in Bitcoin in July 2010 is worth $800,000 today. So let's say you're new into Bitcoin and you get yourself $100, $1,000, $10,000, whatever is right for you, and you sit and hold that for another decade, maybe because you're younger than I am. What happens if that grew from $1 to 800,000? I think it's 800,000%. I think it is. Well, what happens if it only grew 200,000%? I don't know if that's quite right. Somebody pick me up if I'm wrong. But you get the point. What happens if it only grew a quarter of what it grew over the last 10 years? July 2010, 10 and a half years. Okay, if it grew a quarter or half of that, would you be happy? The point is, buy your Bitcoin, delay gratification, as Bitcoin Microstrategy always says, and he doesn't say it for the good of his health. Delay that gratification, sit on it and wait, treat it like a savings plan, and you will be set up for life, both you and your family, for generations to come, if you can delay that gratification. Here's what most do. And by most, I was in that camp until I got down the Bitcoin rabbit hole. We get some extra money and we go and buy a new car, or we go and buy a new flat screen TV, or we go off on another cruise, or whatever it is. And yet, if you buy and hold, you could maybe go and do 10 or 20 of the cruises, or 10 or 20 new cars in the future. So you pull one off, get that car or that cruise, and then you've got 9/10 of your investment left to grow again for the future. Delay gratification. And that's what this guy Michael is saying here. Put it into Bitcoin. Doesn't matter what's happening with it. Just hold it for a decade or more if time is on your side. Unfortunately, time is not so much on my side, although God willing, I'll get another 10, 20 years on this planet. I want to enjoy it. I don't want to save it all up for my daughter Buffy, who's in the chat, and her know what Bitcoin I've got and then bump me off a bit early. No, I want to enjoy it myself. So my time preference would be different to yours if you're, say, in your 30s or your 40s, or, hey, even your 50s. So a great tweet with a lot of meaning behind it. You buy and hold and you delay that gratification. Dennis Parker, Bill Miller, legend apparently, says Bitcoin becomes less risky the higher the price goes. And it will. And that's what will bring the institutions in. But we are still early doors, people. This is still a volatile asset. But if you go and compare it to other tech stocks, it's nowhere near as volatile as some of those have been. But of course, the mainstream media machine just want to focus in on the negatives instead of looking, taking a broad brush of stocks, their highs, their lows, their volatility, etc. And these are the things you need to grasp and learn that help you overall build your mega strong Bitcoin hand. So another one, sorry. Samson Mo. Fact, here we are, Elon Musk again. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world and he owns Bitcoin. There we go. Another simply put, but very, very, very profound tweet. What else? Pump. Anthony Pompliano, Morgan Creek Capital, always batting against the naysayers on, you know, publications like CNBC, etc., batting in Bitcoin's corner. Bitcoin can't be deplatformed, shut down, silenced, fined, penalized, arrested, or turned off. It is the single most resilient network in the world, and we are all underestimating it. Hear, hear. I could not agree more with that one. I don't think any of us have got really any idea where this thing is going to go over the short to medium term. I think it's going to shock the hell out of all of us once the floodgates are open and the bigger institutions and the banks and then the financial giants and then nation states start piling into Bitcoin in a big way. And that is why you never sell your Bitcoin when the price corrects like it is at the moment. You just don't. You hold. You keep holding. You come on shows like mine and you build that strong Bitcoin hand. Brecky von Bitcoin. Brecky is one of the guys that head up Swan Bitcoin. He's a great dude. I've seen him interviewed many times on Bitcoin Mstr show. If anybody knows Brecky, reach out to him and tell him he should come on my show and I'll interview him. That would be great. Bitcoin has been around over 12 years. If you're new to the space and you think you've come up with a reason for why Bitcoin can't work, I've got news for you. Someone else has already voiced that concern and we've moved past it. You can't beat us, so you just as well join us. Absolutely superb. Brecky, really good one. I love this quote. Don't go away. I'm going to put something up in a minute when I get my screen back. Think about this one in the context of Bitcoin. What comes easy doesn't always last. And what will last won't come easy. If it drops in your lap, people squander it and waste it. If you have to work for it, and the work in Bitcoin is not blood, sweat and tears. It is buying and holding, as I've done. If you're new to this, go back and find some of my videos through 2018 and 2019 and show me one video where I was bearish on Bitcoin. You won't find one. Even when it's down at 3K. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Why? I've got a long-term outlook on this thing. I've already been in Bitcoin 3.5 years. And it's interesting, Gary O'Connor, who's in the house. Gary is the good friend of mine that gave me a call back in May 2017 about Bitcoin. He said something profound to me a couple of weeks ago when we were chatting on the phone. He said, Brian, 5-year plan. Any business model, it's a 5-year plan. He said, you got 18 months in Bitcoin before your, in quotes, 5-year plan is up. Do you think you're going to be out of pocket or do you think you're going to be doing okay? And it was like a rhetorical question. So in 18 months, when I invested in my first Bitcoin at $2,000, just under, okay, to where Bitcoin is today, and we haven't even started this big run up yet. Rohan, welcome to the show. I've just spotted you in the house. It's great to have you in the house. And forgive me, you won't find any technical analysis on this show, Rohan. I'm a regular dude from the UK. I don't talk charts, TA. I don't make price predictions. I'm just a bullish Bitcoiner that want to help people build their strong hand. But Rohan, it is great to have you in the house for whatever reason you are here. So if I can quickly move over and give a shout out to these guys. Firstly, if anybody wants to get hold of the shirt that I'm wearing, go to SatoshiCorner.com. He's got some fantastic merch. So has Balcony Shirts in the UK. So has lightninghood.com. JustLearnBitcoin.com, Dan. There's some great Bitcoin information if you check out ArmanTheParman.com as well. So I would go and look at those resources. They are all going to be in the show notes when the show ends. So don't be worrying about it. If you're watching this on catch up, press pause or go back and press pause. Take a note of those. Check them all out because they've all got great merch, great resources to learn all about Bitcoin. So do check them out. Check the notes section out. Everything that I've put up on the screen today there'll be links to it in the notes section below. There's the lightning tip notes. There's the Bitcoin address for anybody that wants to make a donation. You don't need to. I don't expect it. What I do ask you all to do is follow me on UK Bitcoiner. I'm telling you, it is totally dormant and you will not be bombarded with notifications unless this channel goes down. Then I'm going live over there. So it's well worth checking that out. I see people when Bitcoin Meister's channel comes back and they're hardened followers and they go, oh, it's fantastic to know you're back. Where did you go? And like Adam gets frustrated with them. And I get it because, you know, if they really followed his channel and followed mine, you'd also follow my backup channel so that you will know when I go live on UK Bitcoiner because you will get a notification and you'll know that something's happened to my original channel. So go and follow me at UK Bitcoiner. If you are on the podcast, really appreciate you listening. Support the channel in any way you can. I'd appreciate it. If you're watching this on YouTube, in a minute, you're going to see the social media links come up. You're going to see some links to my websites. So do check some of those out. That is the end of the show. If you're new to the channel, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here. Go and bring 4 or 5 of your friends back to find this channel so that we can get more eyeballs on it. That is it, peeps. I'm out of here. I will be back on Thursday, 6 p.m. London. As usual, I'm Brian, the UK Bitcoin Master, signing off. Have yourselves a cracking week. Have that strong Bitcoin hand. Buy the dip. Catch you on Thursday.